In the news this week, Essex University is told it has been misled by Stonewall over equality law. Richard Dawkins claims aborting a baby with Down syndrome is wise and sensible. And CI News turns 10. Hello. The University of Essex has been warned that its links to Stonewall have resulted in it misrepresenting the law on trans issues. In a report, barrister Aquia Reindorf warned of potential illegalities in its trans policy, which resulted in 2 academics being dropped from speaking engagements over claims they were transphobic. The policy falsely stated that gender identity is a protected characteristic, and gave the impression that expressing gender-critical opinions could amount to unlawful harassment. Reindorf said the policy is founded on an erroneous understanding of the law. The policy is reviewed annually by Stonewall, and its incorrect summary of the law does not appear to have been picked up by them. In my view, the policy states the law as Stonewall would prefer it to be, rather than the law as it is. To that extent, the policy is misleading. The new head of the Equalities Watchdog has said people should not have to fear abuse for expressing the belief that biological sex cannot be changed. Baroness Falkner was speaking after the Equality and Human Rights Commission intervened at an employment appeal tribunal considering the freedom to criticise transgender ideology. She told The Times, "Someone can believe that people who self-identify as a different sex are not the different sex that they self-identify. A lot of people would find this an entirely reasonable belief." Lady Falkner also expressed concern over the level of abuse directed towards those who hold gender-critical views, and argued it should be possible to have an open debate without the need for self-censorship. Richard Dawkins has claimed aborting a baby with Down syndrome and having another child instead would probably increase the amount of happiness in the world. During an interview with Ireland's RTE, he stated the amount of suffering in the world probably does not go down, probably does go up when a child with Downs is born. The zoologist distanced himself from his 2014 comments when he said it would be immoral not to abort a baby with Down syndrome, but still called it wise and sensible to abort a child which had a serious disability, including the deaf and the blind, although he admitted he did not have any direct evidence for his claim. Journalist Bethany Dawson, whose brother has Downs, said, "Luke, and everyone else I've ever met with Downs, is a representation of why Dawkins' argument is so wrong." And finally, the Christian Institute is celebrating 10 years since the launch of its weekly news bulletin. Jessica Crombie-Smith was the first presenter, informing Christians about religious liberty protections being debated in the House of Lords and an attempt to legalise assisted suicide in Scotland. CI News has been filmed and broadcast to thousands of supporters of the Christian Institute almost every week since, keeping them informed of the latest news affecting Christians in the UK. Jessica and former head of communications Mike Judge reflected on their involvement in getting the project off the ground.
It's great to see that it is still going strong. It was brilliant to be part of the first one, of pioneering something new, trying to reach new audiences, and it's just great to see that 10 years later those stories are still going out to people around the UK.
A lot of time was spent just getting the wording right and the scripting right, and then trying to put together a package that looked professional. I'm so pleased to see that it's carried on for 10 years.
The Institute's former broadcast manager Tony Barber said he was delighted the bulletin is still going after 10 years and that it continues to go from strength to strength. From the outset, the goal was to produce a weekly, high-quality, informative news video for Christians, highlighting major issues in society that believers could engage with and would feel passionate about. Well, that's all for this week. For more information on all of our stories, plus much more, visit our website at christian.org.uk. Until next time, goodbye.